Hi everybody, welcome to another Rad Zone video. Today we're continuing with our playthrough with Seb. Now, going to have a quick recap. Seb Bloodbane, that's a name that he took once the apocalypse had started, not his original name. He is broad-chested and strong. He seems like he's made of stone, yet he appears downcast and quiet. He knows what needs to be done. Powerful physique and Rad hardy. So these two traits have affected him. We're going to have a little look at what his abilities are, and then we're going to have a recap over how he did last time, and then look at where we're travelling to. So having these physical traits gives him these abilities. So this is the paperback of Rad Zone, and let's have a look. Subcategory trait list. He has powerful physique, which means that he, when evading combat, if you turn the tables, you have no weapon. You can roll as if you have a melee weapon rather than being unarmed, which is quite handy. And Rad hardy, deduct 1 from your radiation slide after you leave a structure. Okay, so that will be one of the locations. So that's good to note. So we need to. I'll make a note of that on the next location when we get to that. He also has a dog, and he picked that up on the way in. Spot, he's called him. Dogs, when you gain a dog companion, add 1 fable dice to your character unless you selected a pre-generated character who starts with a dog. Give it a name. Dogs allow you to increase your chance of finding items on your searches. Add 1 to your search rolls when at locations. You may use dogs in combat evasion, but there is risk they could be killed. If you choose to use a dog in combat evasion, follow the dog option on the combat evasion table, which we'll come to later. So dogs allow you to increase your chance of finding items on your searches. Add 1 to your search roll. So I need to add 1 to my search roll, and in theory it should have been, I should have written it on here before. Got little modifiers here. +1 to searches and -1 rad at end. Should have put that in there like that before. I believe I missed 1 or 2 things. That's the very nature of a game like this. Sometimes you miss the dice. Sometimes it is something. It's just the nature of the game. You won't necessarily spot everything all the time. You just have to get along, and in a sense, that kind of almost represents the randomness of life. Okay. So, Seb made his way through the outskirts of the city, and he didn't have too many problems. He was pretty clear. He didn't find anything, I don't think, on his journey there. You have to check the previous video; it's linked down below. And then he explored the retail centre. You can see what he found was 1 fuel and 1 medical supply. His radiation levels got quite low, but what we didn't do was deduct 1 for his special ability, Rad hardy. So we are going to cross 1 out there. If I've done this already, then again it's another one that is the nature of gaming. So he's got 4. He's also got a medical supply, which he'll be able to use in the next building if he needs to. So he's currently on 4 radiation, with time running down. So let's just have a quick look here. He should have an additional, I forgot to cross this off before, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 hours gone on here, because the journey took to the journey takes 2 hours to get to the city, 2 back to the bunker, and vice versa, and an additional hour for each search. So if we have a look here, Seb would have had the 2, then we did 2 searches, so he needs another 2 hours marked off there. So he's been out for 6 hours already so far. It takes a while, this exploring. So he's made it through, and then he came to the retail centre hoping for food, because our mission, just to recap on that as well, is called Food Contaminated. He needs to gather 6 food, or 4 survivors will flee. Okay. Now, as I said, so far 1 fuel, 1 medical supply. Not a great start. So he's thinking maybe we'll check out the gym now, which will be the next place. He went into the retail centre, and you can see he made his way through the structure, hitting lots of green in the middle here, but being blocked on a number of locations, key locations, that's prevented some of the bigger searches, which would have been very handy. Okay, so taking that away there, we'll put that to one side for the record, the first location he explored. So, bearing in mind his traits, we need to put down here +1 to searches because of the dog, and -1 rad at the end because of his rad hardiness. Alright, so we'll put his sheet just to one side for the moment. We did add another fabled die because of the dog. So he's got 2 fabled dice there, which are basically re-rolls for any roll. So we'll try and bear that in mind as we're getting closer. And his radiation levels have gone up pretty high. So they're 4, to see how it goes from there. Right, so we need to do the dice order. We've got our colour pens, pencils over here. And we've got the dice order. It's white, red, green. Left to right. And we're starting at the doorway here. So we're going to make some rolls and see how Seb does. So the first one is the first door. So he doesn't get much choice there. This is deadly. That first door to get into the building. Let's try it. And it is a 6. That's really bad luck. So he has to go through the door, and unfortunately we get an additional rad point. That is a bad start. Seb hasn't had a lot of luck, I'll be honest with you. So he's onto this square here. Let's roll the die. So we've got 2, 2 and 3. So we have got, based upon the dice order, don't forget, we've got a green on the left here, and then we've got a yellow in the middle, which is the red here. We've got a 3, and then we've got a green 2 there. Excellent. So he's going to go from this one here. Ooh, 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 ooh. That is not good. 3 red. That is painful. He goes across the yellow, and he's going to go to the green and try and roll this one here. This could be really bad news for Seb. He's already got a barrier of radiation early in this particular map. He rolls a 2, and he's saved. He's able to skirt around here onto this green, then onto this green here, which is the pre-established space there as a green. Right, so he's going to go forward again. Now there is a search area just behind this door, which I think we'll try and go for. Right, so we've got a yellow here, and then we've got a green, and then a yellow. There, so he's going to the middle square, and we're going to do directly ahead, reveal these 3. Okay, we've got a green, got a yellow first here, a green in the middle, and then a red. Ha! Look at that. A red in front of those 2 doors. That is so mean. Okay. What we'll do then is we'll skirt over to this yellow here. This yellow here, and then we're going to roll for these 3. So you remember, you're turning around like that. We're doing one left to right. So I'm going to go these 3 here. See whether we get any luck. Right, so we have got a yellow and the red in the middle here. Yellow in the middle. And then the green is a red. Wow. Just wow. Look Look at that. So, for him, these two doors here have been barred, and this door here is barred by the red radiation. And you can have a look here how grim this is, because this room here has no exit. It's a single door. You can't go beyond those. Wow. So we can go through here. What I'm going to do is roll for this square, this one here, because it may well affect the layout. This one here. 1. Okay. So that means he can go from there to there, you see. So he can go back to there, and then to there, and it means he won't get a point. So he's skipping from one safe area to the next. Now he's got to roll for what's beyond this door here. This door. See what luck he has. 1. In he goes with the green. So we're into this space here. Seb's like, blimey, it's pretty dangerous in here. So we're going to roll for these 3 here. So left to right. So remember, we turn it like that. It's the way you're moving forward. Wow. So we've got a red radiation. The heat map is cruel today. Got a red over there and a yellow in the middle. What we can do is roll for these here. We're looking at the white die here to see what colour this search space is. It's a yellow. Yellow, then a... Okay, so this is interesting. We've got a yellow, and then we've got a red in the middle, because that's a 5, and then we've got a green. So what we can do is we can skip across to the green, because if we go to the yellow we get another point. What I'm hoping for is to get a green here. So we need to skip around. So I'm going to go from there to there, and we're going to see whether we can work this. So we need to roll the white and the red. So I'm scanning from this zone here, white and red. We've got a yellow here and a red directly in front. There's a little patch of safety there. Now I can roll from the yellow. I'm going to roll white and red there because we're heading down that direction. See what we've got. Ooh, it's a red and a yellow. So that stays yellow. So the question is, he's popped back to this one, to this green. He hasn't gone forward to here. He's still in this green space. The question is, you know, do I take the radiation point? Go there, then there. So I go there, then I basically take 2 radiation points, because I've got to go to that yellow, then back to that yellow. There's no green way out here. It's a bottleneck of radiation sickness. Alright, I'm going to go back through here to the green, to the yellow, to the green, to the green, to the green. I've got to try and decide. I can go to this yellow, and then go to that red and get a radiation point. Then I'm going to scan for this door here. It's pretty deadly in here. This hallway looks pretty grim. What we'll do is we're going to try it. We're going to take a radiation point. I'm going to risk it. I should really back out here. I'm not looking out for vigilant doubles either. I've got to do that. If you miss them, you don't get to mark them down. Right, I've just got 1 die. This is what it comes down to here. If this doesn't work out, then I'm heading back, and we're going to have to search a different building. And we're stuck there. Look at that. Right, here we go. Red into that room. Need a low number. 3. Okay. Right, I can go into that one. I don't take a radiation point yet. Problem is, if I do go into that one, I scan for these 2 in front of me, because I can't scan 3 because it's too far away. I feel one of these has got to be a green. One of them's got to be green, otherwise I'm going to take another severe hit. And then I've got to make my way out of the building to one of the side walls to get out. Alright, here we go. This is pretty grim. Yellow into this next one, so I need A low number on these 2 die. Oh. The red goes in front of the door. And then a yellow. Oh my god, I'm trapping myself in here. So I've scanned for those 2, and I can now turn and scan this one as well. It's got to be a green. It's a red. Oh my god. Okay. It's a tough bottleneck. I go forward. I've got to take another radiation point. I'm killing my character here. This desperate struggle to get some food. I've got no food. Right. I'm going to take another radiation point. Can't take any risk. It puts me out to this spot here. You can see I am then in a position where I've got 1, 2, 3 to scan. Increased chances. It's always about increasing your chances, as it is in life. Right, so we have got, let's put this in order. Right, we've got a yellow, a red, and then a green. Onto the green we go. 3 more in front of me. In fact, I'm going to scan these 2 here. See if this door opens up. Here we go. Those 2 there. That one and that one. Oh, no, that's okay. That is okay. We've got a red up here with the white dice, and then a green for the door. There's a clear path through this doorway. Right, I'm going to open the door and scan in front of me. It's got to be low for me to go into this wide room. It is! I get a path through. So I'm going to scan 3 in front of me here. I get 2, 2, 2, 6. So we get a green. And then a red there. Scanning left to right. I'm going straight forward again. In fact, I'm going to go up 1 and scan these 3 here. I get a 1, a 3 and a 3. Okay. So we get a green. And then we get a yellow. Like that. I'm going to go up to this green. Those 3. 2, 4, 4. So we get a green, and it's got this line of green going up here. I'm going to go up to these 3 as well. In fact, now I'm going to go to this yellow and scan 1, 2, 3 there, directly in front of me. Alright, so we get... that is kind of what we wanted. We get a yellow, and we get a green, and then we get a red. Now, this search area over here in the corner is a PYR8. That means it's a particularly good spot to search. So we're going to go forward. We've also got the door over here which could take up to that other PYR8 up that end. Let's do it. Right, so we get a yellow, a green and a red. Seems to be this area of radiation around that zone. Right, so we're going from the green. Ooh, we get two yellows and a green, which is kind of perfect. See, rolling much lower numbers here in this zone. I'm going to go forward 1 here, 1, 2, 3. Right, so we've got. That was a 5, that's a 2. That is from this green. We've got 2 reds, which is tough, and then we've got a green here. We're getting close to this corner. A pathway is forming through this. The heat map is emerging. I thought for a minute we were stuck there. I took the gamble. We went down to 7 points. We're on 7 points on the radiation scale. We need to get to this slot. Right, so 3 ahead of me. So we're doing it this way if you like. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Here we go. So we've got 2 green and a yellow. Is it going to be cruel? We're going to scan 1, 2 from this corner here. Actually, no, we're going to go... We'll do it from the middle one. The white dice. That's what we're looking at here. We want a low roll on the white dice. Can we do this? Oh! So we've got we've got a red on the search. Oh, that is so tough. And then we've got a 2, a green there, and then a yellow here. Ah, oh, that means I'd have to get a radiation point if I want to search that spot. And I'm down to 7, and I've got no food yet. That is a bad situation to be in. We're going to go back up this way and see if we can remedy this. So trace my way back through. I'm not searching it yet. That one is not searched either. I'm going to go back up here, and I'm going to go forward. I'm going to do what? Going to do these 2 here. Okay. 5, 6, 3. Ooh. So we've got a red here, a red here, and a yellow for the door. The only way we can get through here is if we get a green here. I'm going to scan this space here, this one single space, this one here. We're scanning. And we get a yellow. Ah, oh, there's an impenetrable screen of radiation. We could, no, this door here with a pathway in here, but it didn't work out. Okay, so I haven't been able to search yet. Oh, we are in a bad situation. Very bad situation. Okay. Trying to decide what to do. Can't go into this building because it's all buff. Do I search and bring my character up to 8 points? Here we go. Testing. Okay. Do I bring my character to 8? I've got a medical supply as well I could use. We're going to do it. We're rolling on the search. We head back down to here before we go out. And incidentally, oh, yeah, no, I can go out here, out the side of the building here. So we're going to take an extra point, which brings us up to 8. Seb is in a bad way, but we are going to roll on the PYR8. This is the table here. Now, do not apply modifiers to this roll, because that means all these rolls are pretty good. Okay, most of them are. Seb hasn't had a lot of luck so far, so let's get this ready. We're going to roll the die and see what happens. Here we go. 6. We roll a 6. Let's see what happens with Seb. As you enter the space, you freeze and spot a dog ahead of you. It spins on the spot, and you're disgusted to see it has 2 snarling heads. They bark in unison, and it charges at you. You quickly look around and see a loft space above, into which you clamber. The mutt snaps at your heels after a couple of hours. The mutant dog runs off. Confirm the 2-headed dog rumour and -2 hours. Okay, so it is a radiation-soaked world. We have a bizarre 2-headed dog, but we have confirmed the rumour. Now this means, if I put this down here, that I can take one of the requirements off of my mission, okay, because the people in the bunker are happy with a rumour in replace of some of their resources, because it gives them something to talk about, you know. So we're going to take this down to 5 food. So that was not bad at all. Spot was not impressed either when he saw that dog. But we do have to take 2 hours off. Now, I was just thinking about that actually, because last time in the building I only did 2 searches. Although I marked 4, I only did 2. So we're going to leave it as 2 here. But we do need to add an extra hour for travelling between locations. And I probably missed a whole bunch of doubles as well. You'll have to excuse me if I did miss those. But we are going to clamber out of this building. And he's going to then move. He's actually going to use a medical supply, so we'll cross that off here. And let's not forget that he also has the Rad Hardy ability. So we're going to take off 1 for that, and then another 1 for the medical supply. So medical supply and Rad Hardy means that he is back down to 6 points on here. We don't want to get to 10, otherwise you hit the mutation zone and he will take some kind of damage. Okay, brilliant. Right, so guys, I hope you found that fun. That's the 2nd episode. I'm going to be doing another one probably next weekend or the weekend after. I do have a holiday booked in next week, so we've the week after next. So I'll probably better get another episode in before then. I hope you enjoyed that. Seb's battle was brutal through that building, and he didn't even get to explore over here, and he couldn't even roll for this table here. That was harsh. He's not having a great time in the apocalypse, and he's got a tough task ahead of him. Alright guys, thanks for watching. If you've got any questions, add them in down below, and I will catch up with you very soon.